You know, I do the LinkedIn stand-up comedian thing. Before I was using my, I'm just like, I got to move. I have freaking ADHD or something. I got to move around.
Say, like,
it's hard for me to sit here like this too long. Like, that's why I miss the socialization, because I'm just like always kind of running around.
Yeah.
But this is the microphone that I'm going to use for the next LinkedIn stand-up comedy act, which is going to be next week. You got to bring it to life.
Got a big smile. So what comes to mind when I say that?
I did this one magical thing that just no, I'm kidding. No, it's right. The reason I smile, is because it's not anything like miraculous that I'm doing that everyone else isn't. It's putting in the work. It's having a good strategy. It's staying consistent. It's staying disciplined. It's, using this platform to really build relationships, build a community. It's all the stuff that I talk about a lot of times, but it's not one thing. It doesn't happen overnight. I mean, I've shared with many times that when I first started, I got no views on my videos and no one gave me the time of day. And I just didn't know what the hell I was doing. And once you start figuring it out and you start getting better and you up your game and you start listening to your audience and you start figuring out what do they want to hear about, what matters to them, what's going to maybe educate them, entertain them, motivate them. And you start piecing together content that matters to you and it also matters to your audience, and it compounds. It just compounds over time. It's like interest. Work, it's tough, it's challenging. You fail, you go through adversity, but when you start to see some kind of momentum, that's when you're like, okay, it's right. Working.
The value is more in the interconnectedness and less of like follow the leader and learning just like what one person's doing. I want to grow with the community.
You can look up people that have 20, 30, 40,000 followers, yet when they post, they don't get any engagement.
Thank you.
Yeah. I have 2,000 followers. I'm not up here the champion of LinkedIn or something, but like I've tried to do the best I can, but I feel like I've got a good community. Like I've actually built relationships with these people. And that's why when I post, it does do decently well. And I do see opportunities from it. And guess what? I reciprocate that back. I'm out here. I spend more time engaging with people on their stuff than I do creating my own stuff. That's one thing that people have to realize on this platform is, I think people get on here and I'll be talking to people and they'll be like, Alex, I post 3 or 4 times a week. I get like 2 likes and 1 comment. What's going on? I'm like, Jeff, I'm going to an activity because I can see all the stuff. And I'm like, you don't comment on anyone's stuff.
Right.
You have to be
You're not giving anything.
You have to give. Then you can receive. A girl had commented on my post a couple times, show me some love. I've engaged with her. And I just sent her a video DM. I was like, hey, I just want to say a couple things. Thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate your comments so much. Like, you mean the world to me right now. And I just sent that was the video I sent her. I'm like, nothing else. That's it. Have a great day. Yeah. And then that led to a Zoom call today. I didn't necessarily expect that. I just literally wanted to show her like, hey, I appreciate you. Like, I don't have 50,000 people commenting on my stuff. It's maybe 50 to 100 right now. So appreciate the hell out of the people that do engage with you. Like I always laugh when I see people, they get like 2 or 3 comments and they don't engage with those 2 or 3. And then they complain about it.
And then they post another item without.
And it's like, dude, you just had freaking 3 people that took time out of their day to comment on your stuff and watch your stuff. Like, to me, that freaking matters. Like, that means something to me. Like, I appreciate that. Like, time is the most valuable asset that we have as human beings. Yeah, so if you spend time engaging me, I'm super thankful for that.
I mean, we're growing our brand right now and every person counts so much. They're so instrumental in our long-term success.
We're all in here to accomplish our goals and grow our business or our personal brand or recruit people or whatever it is. But we can do it in a way that's impactful, that's positive, that builds community. If you respond back to people, you tell people that I appreciate you. I'm grateful that you took the time. If you don't, you show people that you're not, How do you communicate with people? Do relationships matter to you? Is your content thoughtful? Is it you're constantly telling a story about who you are and what you represent and what you stand for all the time. You don't want to be that creeper person that's like, hey, how's Shelly, your 3-year-old? Is she still?
Oh God.
And they're like, wait a second, what? Like with C-level and that type of level, definitely the more personalized, the better. I would do some research on their profile, look at what they care about. If they've posted content, it's fantastic because you can engage with it. You can take pieces from there. But to answer your question, first of all, I would recommend using video if you're comfortable with doing video DMs. A lot of people don't even know you can do video DMs.
Right.
I made a post on Monday about how to do them. And a couple people hit me up and they're like, yo, how do you get the video exported? I'm like, no. It's all on LinkedIn. You click the plus button on the left and then it goes to video and you turn it in selfie mode. And that's where you have an opportunity just to show your personality a little bit. Flash a smile, be yourself. Start off. I always acknowledge that hey, I'm glad to be connected with you. I know it's a bit of a crazy time right now. So first and foremost, I hope I hope you and your family are doing well and everyone's well. And here's why I wanted to reach out. I saw something on your profile. I saw a piece of content that really intrigued me, or this or that, whatever it is, industry specific, lead with, and then go into something that's of value to them without pitching them, without talking about your product. Talk about something that you know is going to be interesting to them. So for me, it's like, I may DM somebody, be like, hey, I loved your video on leadership. You talked about the 3 different ways to build trust. Hey, by the way, if you're interested, since you're a fellow video creator, I've got a free webinar next week where we're talking about how to get more engagement from your videos and how to generate more leads. If you're interested, let me know. If not, glad to be connected with you either way, and hope you have an awesome rest of the day. And that's really it. So it's very low commitment, high value. I've been in sales for the last decade, doing B2B sales, growing territories from nothing or underperforming territories to building them up to where they're performing and hitting contests in the corporate world. Really good job, making decent money. And I realized that I always had this itch to start my own business. I just wanted to make a massive impact on the world. I wanted to help other people grow their business and find success personally and professionally. And so I started my company Impacts last year. And it was going to be a sales and leadership consulting company, because that's what I knew. I trained people at my corporate job, and that's what I knew. I felt comfortable with it. I was excited about it. And then I got on LinkedIn and I started creating content, and like everything changed. My whole perspective on, wow, I don't need to cold call all day necessarily to win clients. I can make content that actually makes an impact on somebody, that gets them to think differently, that gets them motivated, whatever it is. I mean, those are the things that are super cool. Like that video I did on expressing yourself. I had so many people reach out and just say, thank you so much. Like I'm a new content creator. I needed to hear that right now. Like that is freaking awesome. Like that's making a difference. And making impacts. That's why I named my company Impacts.
Yeah, no, I feel like you hit the nail on the head.
Took what I thought that I was decently good at, and I equally loved it and was excited to do it. And I figured, man, I really believe if you can find something that you're pretty good at and you love to do it and it makes business sense, like it's just a matter of time. Now you just got to put in the work and be disciplined and beat on your craft every day and find people that are where you want to be, learn from them, mentors, that kind of stuff. Right. And it's only a matter of time. I will give a lot of my secrets away though, because I think that's one of the keys to doing this is you have to be able to share some things that really work for you. But the reason people will work with you generally is for context. They want to, if you really want to get into it, you need someone to help guide you there. But I'm more than happy. Like I shared my DM strategy, my whole script, which some people might say, don't do that, try to generate some kind of thing where you can lead them in there and then close them on how to do their DMs. But for me, I really do believe, Katrina, like give, and you start to see it. You start to see it come back. It doesn't happen right away. It's not there's no overnight successes, but over time, people see who you are, and the fact that you're giving a lot and adding a lot of value brings more people to you. People want to work, because of you or because of that. The best investment that you can make, they always say, is in yourself. And I think there's no better time to do that than right now. Like whatever it is. I'm super encouraging people, like if there's ever something that you've been wanting to do or your dream or your that, side hustle or whatever it is, like just get curious about it. Just dabble in it a little bit and see if it's something you're interested in, especially right now when we all do have, for most part, we have more time on our hands. So figure out what that is. Do some self-reflection. Figure out what's driving you right now, what's making you happy, what's not, where you see yourself in 5 years. It's a good time to like take a step back and just think about all this stuff. As bad as this stuff's been, it's been a blessing in disguise for me and my business, because I've just really gone through a transformation in terms of taking it to the next level and figuring out what do I want to do and what direction I want to go and how can I better serve people. And it's made me think about so many different things. So I think reflect, control what you can control. And man, if you got a voice inside telling you to do something or that you've been wanting to do for a long time, now's the time to go for it. Invest in yourself, build your skills, build your brand, because that's always going to be with you no matter what.
Take the time, and you sitting still for 48 minutes.
My legs are just like under the table.
I bet.
You can run around the house after this. Yeah,
burnout.
I appreciate you're a great interviewer, and I appreciate this was fun for me. This was a good time.